Hello, this is me Israrul Haq and my student ID is 22421473. Today I am going to introduce my assignment and the thing I made that given by our respected teacher, and let me show you the project first, and then I will explain everything. So first I will go to the localhost and into my project directory. So here we have task 1 and task 2. For the task 1 I will click on the task 1 uh, and I also have running XAMPP in the background, so that's why I am running localhost. So first of all I will show you the recipe.html recipe site. So when I will click on this, so you can see, so all the data from JSON file is coming live from the BBC News Good Food. All the recipes, ID, name of recipe, author, ingredients, preparation, cooking steps, and nutrition. All the data is showing in the table from the JSON. You can see all data we have, like the preparation time and the ingredients, author and ID, and also this is the nutrition information, like we have saturates, carbs, sugar, how many fibers, protein, etc. So basically this file is coming from the data is coming from the JSON file. So here we have the JSON file. I can also show you from here, like see, this is this file is a JSON I have created. So all the data is coming from here to that file here also. So this one is task 1. So basically in task 1 I have created JavaScript file, which is this file. Let me show you from here, and so I can explain the little bit code. So in the JavaScript file I have the logical file that handles JSON schema. So basically I have the recipe schema.json. This is the schema, and the JavaScript basically is handling that file by AGV class defined by AGV library. So I am using the AGV library to validate this data. I have made the instance of AGV class defined in the CDN link library. Here you can see the jQuery AGV, and this one is the CDN of AGV. I am using this to validate the JSON data also, and I have after initiating the object that is AGV variable, and as you see validate my data, and it takes on two parameters. First one is schema, the JSON, and the second one the JSON object, and the method validate return true if the objects basically if the object will match the schema, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. And then I to show the result, I have created the dynamic program. This is the method, or you can say the function. I have created the function that takes the input as a parameter from the AGV from the validator. It takes the input from the validator, and it validates the result. If it start to build code in Java, if the result is true, then it can like give the result. Like if it is, then it will show you like all the data that that we are seeing here. If it validate, if it returns true, then we can see this data from here. And the other thing, and the HTML DOM basically dynamically coded in like table tags starting and ending. From here you can see everything is dynamically in between the body code, the string concatenate, the JSON data looping. You see JSON, all the data is looping for all over it and making them in TD tag, as you can see, and dynamically. And after that it's reading file from the server is done using ajax call. I'm using the ajax here, call async false setting false data type JSON success function and recipe JSON object data dot ajax, and we are using URL for the ajax and recipe dot JSON and recipe schema dot JSON. I'm sorry if my if my voice is not that much clear. The problem is that actually my laptop fan is really making the noise, even though I am sitting in separate room, but still it's happening. I tried very much, but I can't change my laptop because I can't record another laptop because the code is in my laptop and I have made here, so that's the main reason. So basically ajax call is using to read data from the server, and also those methods stores in data. The method that is schema and data file are both are the hybrid type of method, and they are also in the like the logical. uh, I have made the one div called logical div, and this is the get element by adding logical, and this will show you all the data. I have I can show you, like when we come here to see the div logical. Basically I am using this div for the inner HTML. It will show all the data, and script is recipe.js, as you can see. So the task one basically take the data in the JSON form and put and using and getting data or the showing data into the table using ajax and the recipe schema. So I have also CSS file just to make the table little bit more, like I did the color and that's it for the CSS file. And then we have uh, schema, JSON, JS, and HTML file. For the task one, that's it. And for the task two, let me explain in the assignment. So we need to make like an interactive application. With the help of that, we can basically add the recipe. So let me show you. If we go on the task 2 from here, task 2, so you see the login page just come. So we have two options. One is we can just email, we just can log in via email. If we have already signed up. So in my case I am already signed up, so that's why I am showing this one. So here in task 2 I have made sources folder separately to read several media sources like images that are used in the project. Secondly, the folder contains all required logical and one style sheet file. See, so there is, let me show you the code from the first. This one is the image. This one is the recipe. show you from here. So I will explain task 2 from the file database connection.php. This is pretty straightforward. This is only making the connection and connecting the database whenever needed in any other file. Like whenever we go to the another page, the data it should be like from the server data should be on it. This is written once to include in other files to stop repeating codes in files. So I am just avoid I just did it to avoid the repetition of code. So in database there are like 3 to 4 things: the host name and the username, password, and the database name. The database connection requires these parameters for its method connect to establish link with database. As you see, connection MySQL connect. I am using MySQL connect. So as you know, we use MySQL connect to connect the database. MySQL hostname and MySQL. When we will put everything, it will connect the data. Otherwise, it will fail. If it returns true, it will connect the data. Otherwise, it will fail. And then if we go on the index.php, in like here the I have included a database connection.php. I just include the like I am inheriting I'm doing inheritage from the connection database. That's why I put the keyword include database. It means in this file the index.php please include database connection.php. So I am using this connection to my index.php. So as you see, whenever the user will go on this page after the login page, the session variable set to find in other pages that user is logged in or not. First it will check that user is logged in or not. That's why I am checking on every page that if the user is logged in or not. Like if the user is logged in, then it will show you the after logging in, the dashboard appears with all data from, as you can see, when we will log in to this, it will show you all the data that is fetched from the database. And as you can see, I have added whole data to database via importing the CSV provided. The procedure followed in fetching data is having SQL query by selecting and fetching array association, displaying the data in table dynamically, same like as in the task 1 I did. Extra input is added to each record to select the recipes. After selecting recipes, like as you can see, with the check, like I can check and select the recipes. After selecting recipes, the page recipe chart is called via header method in PHP. Like if we will check and then go on show nutrition, basically it will show you the some chart. So that's the reason. If I will show you, let me show you the file I have written in the the code uh, for the chart. And यार डॉक्टर क्या तो पिछले 15 मिनट तो बना रहे हैं यार बोलना सी तू नहीं मैं बोल रहा सी यार इधर हां मैं उत्तो पे ता थल्ले आया कि यार मैं सारा काम मैंड तैयार किया देते लेटर ले फिर तू नाल के लेके आया मैं जो पूछ ला मैं बैर ना बोल मेरा ध्यान आ गया वेख तो 14 मिनट 54 सेकंड की वीडियो बन ते कोई नहीं गिरना ना जा हुन जा आगे बना ला शुरू हो ना थल्ले पैर रखी